worldwide. Y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the Tru Inferno. And before we get into today's topic, let me announce that the second single off of my upcoming beat album, Residential Epidemic, is out now, and it is called Tales of Dead Prez. You can listen to it. The link will be at the end of this video. Also, you can head on over to trueinferno.bandcamp.com to pick that single up for just $1. Again, the beat album Residential Epidemic comes out April the 15th. So there you go with that. Now let's get into today's video. So then there may be a two-parter to this, because the second part will be about me analyzing this today's topic. So in this story time, so this ain't a true tall tales. This is a legit story that actually happened. So this happened all the way back on November 27, 2005. And you're probably wondering, how in the heck did you remember the exact date? Well, this took place on the same day Survivor Series was last year, which was on the same day. In fact, here's how crazy this was. Not only was the story took place on the same day Survivor Series was in Detroit, and the main event was Randy Orton leading Team SmackDown, but Team Raw, The Undertaker came back and tried to attack Randy Orton and his father, but ended up attacking every SmackDown superstar that was in the ring. But and this took place at Joe Louis Arena. The story, however, took place next door at the Cobo Arena. So that's how crazy it was. So I had to miss going to Survivor Series. I had to miss watching Survivor Series. I had to watch the encore, which took place on Tuesday. So anywho, let's get on to the story. Now, what was going on next door? There was if memory serves me correctly, I want to say it was a Jeezy T.I. concert. I forgot who was performing. It was something along those lines. It was Lil Wayne, Jeezy, Lil Wayne, T.I., Jeezy. It was something like that. So it was me, the crazy one, the tall one, and a brand new guy I never mentioned prior to this one. And we just go flat out call him Marshall, because that's his name. So the four of us went to this concert, right? And it was funny because we parked somewhere near the Joe River, and then we was walking to Cobo, and some dude tripped on the sidewalk, and me and the tall one, we was dying laughing at that for like 10 minutes straight. And we actually got some good seats for this concert. So we got in the concert or wherever. We got in the Cobo Arena, and we were joining the concert. I crap you not, this is what happened. There was a fight near us in the alleyway during the concert. And it was a fight, I want to say, between 6 dudes. And this, like, 6 short dudes at that. And then there's one tall dude, I crap you not. He just, I think he had some popcorn and a drink. I forgot what he had. He walked through the fight. Like, his hands was up. And he just flat out walked through the fight like, excuse me, I know you're trying to throw blows, but excuse me, I'm trying to get back to my seat. Pardon me, excuse me, you know. I'm like, are you serious? But no, here's where the meat of the story comes to play. So the concert's over. Now, let me give y'all the scenario. If you do not live in not in Cobo, but if you do not live in Detroit, or you never been to Cobo Arena, here's the scenario. When we got out of Cobo Arena and we went upstairs or wherever, we was now in Cobo Hall. And we had to walk from one side of Cobo Hall to the other side of Cobo Hall. Walking, it took about, I want to say, 5 to 8 minutes just straight out walking. Now, we're not even at the halfway point of Cobo Hall. So we walking. Now, what happened was Marshall saw 6 chicks who was walking ahead of us, so he ran up there to talk to him. Now I'm like, okay, my mindset here is Marshall's by himself with these 6 girls. He gonna need a ring man or something. So I just started power walking. I was on my way up to catch up with Marshall, and the tall one, the crazy one, they just kind of stayed at their normal pace or whatever. But then here's what happened. I turned around and I see everybody winning. Now, let me give y'all a flashback here. We had the fireworks, which is an annual thing, whatever, it happens every year down in downtown Detroit. And it's got shot up. Now, even though we were near little did we knew at the time, we was actually near the spot where the shooting took place. But we couldn't run because my boys, we went into my boy's women down there, and you know, we got separated or whatever prior to the shooting. So when the shooting took place, we couldn't run because we had to make sure they was okay. We had to locate them, but eventually we did locate them. Everybody was fine. Then we left. So my mindset at the time was, okay, we did not run when the fireworks got shot up, but so I doubt the tall one and the crazy one are running this time. But if I see Marshall running, I'm running. So I look ahead, Marshall took off running, I took off running. Now, again, I don't know what everybody was running for, but this is a crap ton of people we're talking here. So I'm running, man, and I see this one chick to my left. She fell. So it was basically like a running of the bulls thing. So sometime after I saw this chick fell, then I heard the gunshots. So now I'm ducking and running. And then I'm like, okay, this is stupid to run straight in a path. So I cut to my left and went around some escalators. So then I made a left turn, then I made a right turn. So basically I kept going in the same direction. But you know, I just instead of just ran straight, I just, you know, did like a little zigzag maneuver and whatever. Now at this point, I got separated from my people. So now I'm like, I'm almost to the door, but the thing was, I have no clue where my people were. So I cut my phone on. And I'm calling everybody. You know, I called the tall one. I called the crazy one. I called Marshall. And I believe I was calling them for like 5 to 10 minutes. Standing close to the exit, but not exactly at the exit that we need to go, we need to get out of. So at the 5 or 10 minutes of calling, nobody pick it up. Here comes the tall one just walking. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? And he was just like, nonchalantly, like, I don't know, you know, I was just walking. I'm like, bro, you didn't hear the gunshots? He was like, no, I didn't hear nothing. And I'm like, you didn't see all these people running? Like, what was wrong with you? So now me and the tall one, when we standing there, his phone, he cut his phone on, and we're calling the crazy one and Marshall. And I think we were calling them for like another 5-10 minutes straight. But again, they didn't pick up. Their phones went to voicemail or whatever. So then what happened, and now this is when the tall one and the crazy one, they had them old Nextel chirp phones. That was, it was the exact same one that was on that Aqua Teen Hunger Force commercial. The one where the phone was like, where you at, dog? It's my man Josh, you know, and all that stuff. The exact same phone. I crap you not. So, and this fool had his hand stretched out, trying to call these fools. I'm like, why are your arms stretched out right there, like that? And we see this dude, he was like walking by us. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, bro, I do not. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't like this. Like, he just constantly walking back and forth. And then he ran by, right, and again, my boy, the tall one, had his phone stretched out like a retard. And then this dude, some random dude just ran by and stole his phone. And so now my boy is running, chasing him to get his phone back. And then all of a sudden I see like 5 dudes running with him. I'm like, what is going on here? So now it's like a ring around the rosy thing or whatever. And then the cops got involved, and they caught the guy that stole the phone, but because the cops are so dumb, they also they held him down and they held my boy down, and they told me like step back or whatever. So I'm still calling at this point. I'm still calling the crazy one in Marshall. And then finally I forgot who picked up. One of them two picked up. I'm like, bro, you need to get back here. The tall one's phone got stolen. The cops are on the scene and blah blah blah. So then another 5 minutes after I finally got in contact with them, I see them running towards us. And then finally the cops was willing to listen and say, hey, he stole his phone. So they searched him. They couldn't find it. So the mindset is, okay, he passed it off to one of them dudes or whatever. And then here's the stupidest part about this whole ordeal, right? So the stupidest part of this whole idea was Marshall and the crazy one blamed me for the tall one's phone being stolen. And I'm like, are you freaking serious? Like, how was that even possible? Now you're probably wondering, yeah, how was that possible? Well, the gameplay ended. So, and as you can see, I did pretty okay. More kills than deaths, you know. Now as far as how they came to this dumb conclusion that it was my fault, you just have to wait until next week to find out. But in the meantime, man, y'all know who this is. This is Genuine II, aka Mr. Smash Adams, saying peace out, y'all, and see y'all next time. Yeah.